Hello and welcome to Cinema Express. My name is Venkat Srikar, and in this episode of Kutty Review, we'll be talking about Ghani.
నా ప్రతి గెలుపుకి నీకు భయం పుట్టేలా చేస్తా.
Do you know that movie theaters are equipped with sound systems behind the screen? This is to make sure that the direction of the sound and the image for the viewer, they come from the same direction. I assume the distance between this audio system and the screen where I watched Ghani, it wasn't optimal enough, I guess. And due to this flaw, every time Taman's score used heavy drums, and trust me, there are a lot of drums used in this film, I could see ripples on the left side of the screen. And to be honest, seeing these ripples is how I'll remember Ghani by, because the film by itself hardly has anything memorable. Be it an emotional moment where the titular character played by Varun Tej learns something heartbreaking about his life, or during the numerous boxing sequences, looking at these irregular ripples on the screen was far more intriguing and interesting, to be honest. Our difference to these characters, their plights, the film's conflicts and the characters' motivation, they emerge from the cinematicness they are treated with. When we are aware of the fact that the story that's playing in front of us is nothing but a fictional tale that's staged, performed and shot in a way that mimics a dozen other films we have seen in the past, it robs us of the surprise and hinders us from investing in these characters. The writing too hardly tries to draw our attention or emotional investment. Right from its story and how it's structured, Ghani radiates predictability at hazardous levels. After his father, Vikramaditya's act of consuming steroids at a national level boxing championship taints his and his family's image, Ghani's mother, played by Nadiya, asks her son to make her a promise that he'll never enter a ring in his life. Had Ghani kept his promise, this film wouldn't have existed, but sadly he pursues the sport behind his mother's back. He intends to clean that black mark that his father's act has left. To be honest, with a protagonist who's raging with anger and pain and passion, Ghani could have been an emotional roller coaster ride, but it chooses to stick to the basics. By basics, I mean really basic. Every line in this film is generic and sounds like there could be a much refined iteration of it. Take for instance how Naveen Chandra's character is introduced. His name is Adi, and we see his father just walk up to him and ask him why he is so obsessed with the sport, to which Adi replies that, I know dad, you are very rich, but I want identity. I am chasing the spotlight. And not exactly monetary benefits. Another example is Saiee Manjrekar's Maya, whose existence results in nothing but perhaps the most juvenile love story in recent times. Even by Telugu masala film standards, it is silly and boring. Being a sports film, are the action sequences any fun? I wish, but not really. Usage of multiple camera angles and the fast-paced editing is so clumsy that it's hard to follow a fight. Shots keep cutting between one angle to another in a span of milliseconds. When Ghani's hands move towards the opponent's face, we see it from one angle, and when the punch lands on the target, we see it from a different angle. But the film does benefit from towering presence of Upendra, the Kannada actor, who brings so much depth to the scene. He is perhaps the best thing in Ghani, but the writing tries to deceive you with our perception of his character, expecting us to believe that there is a huge twist. But if you have seen the trailer, you know what's in it. Suniel Shetty's presence, which gives a Creed-like touch to the plot, is also one of the better things in this lackluster film. Also, on a completely different note, do filmmakers still believe that when they portray Jagapati Babu as a good man and then reveal that he is a bad guy, are we supposed to be surprised? Do filmmakers still believe that? In all, I would like to close this review with a punchline that Ghani fails to pack a punch. I know that it's a line that you have heard a million times, it's predictable, but so is the film. That's it from this week's Kutty Review. See you next week with another film. Thank you.